morning. My name is Candy Blasingame. This is the San Juan Unitarian Universalist Fellowship in Farmington, New Mexico on Sunday, August 10th, 2025. And the name of my program is The Sacred Ordinary. We live in a culture that loves the mountaintop moment, the highlight reel, the big win. We post the engagement photos, the vacation sunsets, the perfectly staged dinner plates. And these moments are beautiful, but they're very rare. If we make them the standard for our meaningful life, then 90% of our existence, the commuting, the laundry, the Tuesday mornings, will feel like filler. But what if these ordinary moments are not the filler at all? What if they are the substance? What if they are where the sacred really lives? Our Unitarian Universalist principles call us to affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person, not just when they are doing something impressive, but in the quiet being of their daily lives. We also commit to the interdependent web of all existence. This is another way of saying that nothing is too small to matter. A cup of tea matters. A shared smile matters. The sparrow on the fence matters. When we practice our principles, we begin to see that sacredness is not just in the sanctuary. It's in the grocery line. It's in the way that someone lets you merge into traffic. It's in the neighbor who shovels your sidewalk without saying a word. One night, a couple weeks ago, my dog Maggie woke me up with a request to go outside. Now, I know some of you have heard the stories of the urgent requests to go outside because there's fox after chickens. This wasn't that type of a request. It was just a quiet, we need to go outside. And as I was putting on my shoes to go outside, because I've learned my lesson about going outside barefoot, I noticed the smell of rain coming through the open window. And we went outside. And we sat on the porch, just watching the rain. It wasn't a grand moment. It wasn't a mountaintop. It was just a quiet, damp invitation in the middle of the night from a dog who loves me enough to share it with me. The sacred ordinary. Rick and I have been friends for a very long time, best friends for a very long time. Very, very long time. Before we were old, very, very long time. But the sacred, simple thing in our friendship isn't the big stuff. And we've shared big stuff. We've shared birthdays and graduations and Christmases, illness and death, achievements and losses. The big thing is just two words. Good morning. Every day for years, we've sent each other a short text. And sometimes that might be the only thing we say all week. Good morning. It's just a little ping on the screen that says, I'm okay, and I hope you are too. The sacred ordinary. When my older daughter was getting married, and she was shopping for her wedding dress, she brought quite a crew. It was her father, her sister, me, her bridesmaids, and my granddaughter, her sister's daughter, Cassie. Now, Cassie was about 3 years old at the time and was not really interested in wedding dress shopping. She thought the princess dresses were pretty for about 5 minutes, and then she was done. So the rest of us took turns keeping Cassie occupied. And on one of my turns, we wandered out into this little courtyard outside of the bridal shop. And there was a fountain there. And growing in great defiance around the fountain were these little dandelions. And Cassie absolutely loved those flowers. She went over and she looked at them and she picked one and brought it over to me. And she said, here's a lovely dandelion for you, Grandma. And I still think of them. Every time I see one, I think of them as dandelions. Even though she's a teenager now. And I doubt that those are her favorite flower anymore. the sacred ordinary. Sacredness doesn't appear only when something is rare. It appears when we are present. The sacred ordinary asks us to slow down, to put down the phone, to breathe, to notice, to become connoisseurs of the small, the way the light changes in your kitchen between 3 o'clock and 3:05, the sound of rain on the roof, the fact that your breath is still here. In Buddhism, we call this mindfulness. In Christianity, it might be called practicing the presence of God. In UU language, we might simply call it attention to the holy. Theologian Frederick Buechner put it this way: listen to your life. See it for the fathomless mystery that it is, because in the last analysis, all moments are key moments, and life itself is grace. Our closing words today: in the small acts of care, we find the great love of the universe. In the steady rhythm of the daily life, we rediscover the heartbeat of community. In the sacred ordinary, we remember what truly matters.